This is Katerin with VIVE Katerin. I'm here in New York City for the grand opening of Contorno's restaurant. I can't wait to go in and try some amazing Italian family-style food. Let's go in and check it out. Salud. I'm here with David Buico, executive chef. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Thank you so much for letting me come into your kitchen.
Anytime.
It's very busy, but everyone's loving your stuff out there.
Thank you so much. You know how to cook?
I do?
Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Bring a little time right on top.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta make it work. You're in my kitchen, you gotta work. You're on the payroll now.
Oh no. A little bit more, right?
A little bit more. Come on. A little faster too. Come on.
Faster?
Tell it faster. Tell it faster.
I love it. These meatballs, tell me about them.
So it's grandma's meatballs, a little old-fashioned veal meatballs with chickpea puree with a veal demi-glace.
They were amazing.
Thank you so much.
And so tell me a little bit about the sauce that you used.
So basically it's a veal reduction, veal bones. Just reduce them down, some beautiful flavor, low and slow. It brings out really the nice chickpea puree with the meatballs.
How long did it take to make?
The veal, 2 days.
That's a long time.
Long time. Low and slow, that's the way I like to do it.
So tell me a little bit about your specialty.
Specialty, it's basically just rustic food, fresh ingredients, best possible products out there, you know?
What's your signature dish?
I gotta give it back to my grandma. First dish ever made, spaghetti with tomato sauce. Spaghetti pomodoro. Classic tomato sauce from Brooklyn, you can't go wrong.
I'm here with Marta Cisneros, general manager and sommelier.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
What an amazing event this is.
I know, it really
turned out to be.
Thank you. A lot of hard work.
Absolutely.
So,
and congratulations.
thank you.
So tell us a little bit about how the restaurant got started and where the concept came from.
Well, the concept came from Andrew, he's one of the owners, main owner, and he just wanted to do a beautiful restaurant here in Manhattan, and where he does Sunday supper every week at his house with his family, and just really wanted to incorporate it here inside of a restaurant. And so him and David got together, the chef David, and they just created this beautiful, beautiful menu.
The food is amazing.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about the dishes that we have behind us.
Okay, great. Well, let's see. David here has his beautiful spaghetti with his grandma's special sauce. So he still will not even tell me what's in it. So it's a typical spaghetti, but he's just put in a beautiful tomato sauce and just nice eccentric flavors with the garlic and the basil that he's added to it. So it's it's light but filling at the same time. And here he has his malolino, and it's the crispy suckling pig. And what he's done is he's done it on a bed of romaine artichokes in a pork au jus, and he changes the potatoes. Right now he's doing fingerling potatoes on this one today.
I've actually never seen the potatoes diced that way.
Yeah, he, like I said, David has a talent, and he just wanted to do something a little different that's out of the ordinary. So
he's creative.
He is very creative. And over here we have our mozzarella, in-house homemade mozzarella that David and his crew make daily. And it's with smoked prosciutto, and he does it with fresh basil as well. And he brings in hothouse tomatoes, or when they're in season, he'll also do heirloom tomatoes. Simple, classic dish. And over here we're going to have the pancetta. It's the branzino, and it's in a pancetta. You're going to have Brussels leaves, and he does it in a, oh God, what kind of cream is that? Potato cream. And this is actually one of my favorites. I love branzino. It's a very light fish with a lot of flavor. Being from California, I love white fish, so it just kind of brings me back a little home, makes me feel like a little homey.
So tell me a little bit about à côté.
Well, à côté is Josh Clapper's wine, and this is his everyday drinking Pinot Noir. He actually has a beautiful La Fernetra is actually his higher end Pinot Noirs, as well as Syrahs and a few other varietals that he has coming from Santa Barbara. And he is a brilliant winemaker. He is just very down to earth. I'm going to have the privilege of seeing him in a few weeks. He's actually from Tribeca originally, so he's a New Yorker but now resides in California. So I've worked with him at a couple different projects in Los Angeles, and we used to be neighbors in the South Bay when we both lived there.
Wow.
So it's just really nice just to be able to have his wine on the East Coast and be able to share it with people here now.
So how do you like the food so far?
Oh, it's delicious, and it's very different from all the other places I've been to. Everything I've tasted is delicious, and the pasta's been cooked perfectly al dente, just the way that it's made in Italy. So,
I love how the pasta is real fresh and homemade.
I really especially like the fettuccine with porcini mushrooms. It was just awesome.
So how do you like the food so far?
I think it's actually really, really good. And I'm really surprised that an Italian restaurant in this section of Manhattan can actually be really impressive. So, very
What
good.
was your favorite so far?
I actually really love the spaghetti and the zucchini with pesto that I just had. It was really tasty.
So what do you girls think about the food this evening?
It was excellent, especially the way they used herbs. It seemed like they were really good at kind of employing. I think there was like thyme and oregano in some of the dishes, and I'm a big fan of those. So,
What was your favorite dish?
The shrimp.
Why?
I like how it had like the pepper taste, and like there was a lot of like the spices and the herbs in it. So like it was after a few bites you can actually taste like it was a little spicy.
So how are you enjoying the food this evening?
I think everything is absolutely tremendous. I think David is a genius in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
I haven't had anything bad. I've eaten here. I ate here last month when they had family and friends only. And the dish was absolutely beautiful. I think the ambiance, I think the whole look and feel, everything with the restaurant is absolutely gorgeous.
I'm here with Caitlin Lubell. How are you? How are you enjoying this evening?
Oh, so much fun. I love to be able to showcase our wines at a great new venue like this in the middle of Manhattan. It's wonderful.
Now, you also work for Saint Michel, correct?
I work for St. Michel Wine Estates. We're a winery, and we also are an importer for the Antinori Estates.
Tell us a little bit about Antinori.
Antinori is actually 26th generation, family owned and operated still. They were established in 1385, so they're the oldest family owned and operated still in the world, sorry. And they make amazing wines like the Tignanello and the Solaya and some really high-end innovative wines.
Tell us a little bit about the company. Are you familiar with how they actually got started?
Yeah, well, they started in 1385, and they were one of the first families to start planting grapes in Italy. And now Piero Antinori is he's the 26th generation. Him and his 3 daughters own and operate all the wineries and are right out there tasting every bottle, tasting the juice. And one of the daughters just actually had a son, so they're working on some new generations.
Great. So tell us a little bit about the flavor.
Well, we're showing 3 different wines tonight. Their whole concept is a classic Italian wine with an innovative style. So they're always looking to be above the trend and ahead of the curve. They've created some estates in Napa Valley that are amazing. So they're always looking for kind of the new, modern, innovative approach, but still being classic. The Vermentino is a crisp white wine, really refreshing, great with grilled seafood from the Guadaltasso Estates. It's a beautiful wine. We also have they have Puglia Estates, which is Tormaresca that they own, which is the heel of the boot in Italy. And they have a red blend, which is a Negramaro, Primitivo, and Cabernet. And very easy drinking, great kind of for your everyday block of cheese and brick of bread and a couch, and you're happy. And then they have the Marchesi that we're showing as well, which is a Chianti Classico Riserva. And he puts his name on the label, which tells you that the wine is top-notch, very highly rated, always award-winning wineries.
I'm here with Luke Enos. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I saw that you were very busy just a little bit ago.
I was pouring a lot of fantastic wine.
Tell us a little bit about the import company that you work for.
We work with a company called the Fine Wine Agency. We are now 1-year-old company here in New York City.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Taking on all the big boys in the city. And we focus strictly on selling family-owned wineries, properties that produce wines from estate-grown fruit, and most importantly, wineries that practice either organic, biodynamic, or sustainable farming.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit about the wines that you're showing here today.
We have 2 wines that we've brought tonight, and the first is La Fenetra, which is a wonderful boutique winery from Santa Barbara. And we also have another family winery called Bravante Family Vineyards from Howell Mountain, also from California. and really just perfect examples of what we like to represent in the market. Very small production. With the Cabernet, less than 200 cases produced. With the Pinot Noir, we are talking about maybe less than 800 cases produced.
And tell me about the aging of each wine.
When the case of the Pinot Noir, it is actually aged in neutral French oak barrels. The winemaker Josh Clapper, who was born and raised in Tribeca, and actually grew up in the restaurant business of New York City, was a former server at Boulud, which is where he really got introduced to wine, is a real Francophile, and loves Burgundy Pinot Noir. So in the case of producing his own Pinots in California, it's really about producing an elegant, sort of subtle style Pinot. So with this, neutral oak so that it does not overpower the delicate fruit that he's currently purchasing. In the case of the Howell Mountain, a little bit opposite end of the spectrum, spending about 23 months in new French oak barrels, so a much bigger, richer, sort of fuller body wine.
I'm here with Brandon. Brandon, how's it going tonight?
Great, how are you?
What an amazing turnout.
Thank you, yeah, it's beautiful tonight.
So tell us a little bit about what you do and about your import company that you work for, and then some of the wines that we have here today.
Well, I work for Bonamy Wine Imports. We bring in wines from France and Italy, small production, and we distribute them to wine stores and restaurants. And today we have two of our wines that people are tasting and getting to try out for the first time. The first one is a Lambrusco from Roberto Negri. It's from Lombardia. Lambrusco is a grape that's only found in Italy, and it's a sparkling red wine, quite often sweet, but you can also get it dry as well. And then the other one is a Lagrein from Nicola Balter, all the way up in northern Italy, Trentino Alto Adige. And Lagrein is a fruitier, thin-skinned grape. This one is unoaked, and it's very light, very fruity.